All right, it's a bonus, and I don't have to do an intro. That's one less button I have to click. Hi, hello, how's it going?
Oh my god, hi, are you talking to me?
Obviously.
Hello.
Hello. It's
Hi, everybody. Welcome to our, what is it, the March bonus?
February.
Oh, we're late.
Yeah, we're very late.
Whoops.
Oh no!
Oh, look, we've been having a little bit of New Year's FOMO, so sorry about that. We're a little bit late, but here we are anyway. Hi, how's it going? I'm Ava. I'm here with Julia and Jen, and we are going to pour you some piping hot TikTok tea or TikTok adjacent, depending on the subject. I thought this would be fun to like make this a thing, like talk about weird shit going down on TikTok. I know Jen and Allie have one coming up, and oh, hello, you gonna come say hi? Okay, straight to bed. That's fine. So yeah, I'm gonna kick this off by talking about a UK TikToker. And this UK TikToker, I'm going to start off by saying she is a trans woman because this is something that is sometimes used against her, which I think is not okay. And trust me, there's enough problematic behavior there that has nothing to do with her being trans. So if you look her up on YouTube, you might find some people who misgender her, dead name her, etc. Don't do that. You know, she identifies as a woman. She is a woman. So I'm going to be referring to her as such. Her name is Elphaba Orion Doherty. Yes, Elphaba, as in Wicked Elphaba. She changed her name to Elphaba because she's obsessed with Wicked, and her dream is to play Elphaba on the West End. However, I don't see that happening anytime soon. Not because she can't sing, because she can belt better than I can. Like, it's
She
decent, right?
sings like amazingly good. I was shocked.
Yeah,
I thought
so
she would be a talentless person.
you would think, but no, she can actually sing. But considering some of the shit she's pulled live on TikTok for the whole world to see, I don't think the West End is gonna want to get involved in such yeah, drama. So okay, so like I said, Alpha Ryan Doherty, she is on TikTok Live, and I mean she is always on TikTok Live, constantly on TikTok Live. What is TikTok Live for those of you who don't know? TikTok gives you the ability to live stream what you're doing while you're going about your day or just like having a conversation. They have like games that you can play, etc. And when you are watching someone live stream, you can gift them things. So these are little virtual gifts that have monetary values. So you have, I think the lowest one starts at like 1 cent. It's like a tennis ball or something. Um, and then they move up going at like $2, $5, $15, all the way up to the most coveted TikTok universe, which is about 500 bucks. And yes, you pay that money and that then gets paid to the creator in quotes, cuz you know, they're talking to a camera that on live. Basically, I don't know how you can call that content creation. That's a whole other debate because you know, it doesn't involve, you know, video editing, etc. It's just you sitting there live streaming what you're doing.
But
Um
like, just to defend content creators as a content creator, um, just like you can. I mean, some people do use that to like do absolutely fuck all. We also have these,
Case in
and
point, Alphaba.
yes, and
Jeffree Star.
Jeffrey fucking Star. That fact that that person is not
I didn't even know he
dead.
was on live.
No.
Is he
Oh, that he came back on live.
is he not
Uh,
is he not
Hmm.
in jail yet? Shouldn't he be?
Oh no, no,
Oh
no.
god. No, no. All
it's
right. Well,
America, Ava. He can pay
that's
his way
true.
out.
That's true. Like it baffled me as well when the whole Colleen Ballinger thing was going on. Like when you see
Oh,
the things like she sent like literal porn to minors and was like, "How are the police not banging down her door yet?" And then it's literally like, "Oh yeah, well someone has to press charges." But
yeah.
she's doing like she you have proof that she's doing something illegal. Oh, no, but someone has to press charge. Okay, cool. All right, well, never mind then.
Yeah.
The great other thing
Anywho.
about America, though, is like
Oh.
it has to repeatedly happen. It can't happen just once.
Oh,
It's got to
God.
happen more than once.
Look, okay, so how did I discover Alphabet, right? It's because I have been chronically on YouTube. That is how I consume my media. It's all on YouTube. I have one streaming service that I am now
Same.
using to watch The Haunting of Hill House because I don't know, something went wrong with my brain. Um I wanted to watch The Fall of the House of Usher, and I had to like ease myself into it a little bit. So it was really good. Guys, watch The Fall of the House of Usher. It's
Oh my
amazing.
god.
Yes.
I love
Um
this. Yes, let's do an episode on that
but I
too.
was we should. But I'm always on YouTube. I am watching crime documentaries, I'm watching swoop documentaries, I'm watching just all the shit on TikTok, and I fell down this Alphabet rabbit hole by watching other drama commentators on YouTube. And this all started with the Illuminati drama. Nobody knows what I'm talking about. Okay,
I
before we get
do.
to Alphabet.
I don't.
So, Illuminati was a documentary maker on YouTube. She did like a lot of docs on MLMs and stuff. She was a very well respected and well known content creator. Had a couple million subs, I think, until she decided to call out Legal Eagle, who is an attorney on YouTube, who does like legal videos and stuff, for plagiarism. Why did she call him out for plagiarism? Because one of his editors contacted one of her editors to ask which plugin they were using on Premiere to get a certain effect. And for that, she accused a lawyer of plagiarism.
I love this.
Yeah, so that's basically how it started. I started watching just, drama channel after drama channel documenting her fall from grace, because then there were people she used to work with who came forward and like said, yeah, she's a horrible person. There were like accusations of financial fraud, uh god damn it, mental abuse, emotional abuse by like
Financial
her,
abuse
yeah,
to
financial
her
abuse.
ex.
Just did I say physical or financial? Not physical. There's no allegations of physical. There's financial and
Yeah.
emotional abuse by her ex.
Yeah.
She outed one of her like ex-employees' suicide note, made that public.
No, girl.
Yes, she did. She
No.
sure did. She lost a whole bunch of stuff, and she's now in the middle of suing them. She's suing 3 of her old colleagues, including her ex, whom she tried to have kicked out of his home. She tried to get his home repossessed by the bank. So that's the
I
whole thing.
mean, gaslight, gatekeep, girl boss.
Yeah, well, there's mention of possible tax fraud too. So who knows?
God, this tea is piping.
Oh god, and that's not even like, we're not even getting to the core of the matter yet, but that's how it got started with the whole Illuminati thing, and then it was the whole 8 passengers thing with Ruby Frankie, who is going to jail, by the way, which I'm so happy to hear. I hope she never gets out. Also, don't Google that at the moment, because this morning I saw an update from Markey, who because some documents have been made public, including pictures of the injuries that her children had that were documented.
Oh, no.
Those are out there. So if you don't want to see that, don't fucking Google it. Just stay away from it. Maybe stick to YouTube, because I think most YouTubers are not showing that for good reason.
I don't
So
think you're allowed to show that on YouTube.
so don't look that up.
I want to look it up. What's their name?
Don't do it. But Ruby, Frankie, Jody, Hildebrand are gone to jail, which is fun. But that's like how I got into this YouTube commentator sphere. So the algorithm was like, "Oh, you like this? Here, have some more." And then one day I came across a video from Alex Elmsley, who's a UK commentator, and he made a video about Alphabet Orion Doherty, and it was a video about how Alphabet Orion Doherty had scabies, which, in case you don't know, is where microscopic bugs burrow into your skin. It is highly contagious, like contact contagious, gets transferred through
Ugh.
fabric. Yeah. So she had scabies, and normally when you have that, because there was apparently an outbreak in the UK, and when
Yeah.
you have that, you're supposed to isolate. You're supposed to stay inside because it's contact transfer, right? So it go through
72
clothing and
hours.
fabric. So if you're on like a tube seat or in a club or whatever, shit gets on seats and people get yeah. She was supposed to stay inside. She lost her goddamn mind, didn't want to stay inside. So what did she do?
Party.
She went shopping.
Ugh.
Clothes shopping. She went
Ah.
to try on clothes with scabies.
I love that. Do we think she is patient zero?
I don't think she was patient zero at that point, but she definitely didn't help like combat the spread, you know?
I had a
Um
friend who had scabies in high school. Or two friends. Like, she caught it from our classmates.
oh no.
Yeah.
Cuz she was like giving it to people and she
Oh.
was fucking proud of it cuz it was people she didn't like. Yeah.
That's a biohazard.
Yeah.
I do love giving weird ass diseases to people you don't like. I stan.
I think in the TikTok that I saw as well, she was talking about CLA, which is Chelsea Lee Art, which is another YouTube TikTok liver who is a whole other I think my next episode will be on her because she is just I think she is genuinely mentally ill. I do feel sorry for her when I see her. I think she has an alcohol problem
Oh, slay.
as well, but that woman is unhinged and I think she genuinely just needs help. But that's a different story. But she was talking about her because they have a rivalry going on and they don't like her. And she was like, "Oh, if you're gonna come for me, I'm gonna send my bugs after you." And I was just sitting there going like, "Why would you be
Ew.
proud of that? Why? This is not a great thing to have." And you're like, "I'm gonna send my bugs after you." What?
This is
What?
so ratchet.
Oh, it's the worst. But yeah, but because she was always chronically live on TikTok, she was live while she was going out shopping with scabies. So what did people do? They started calling the shops and the restaurants she was at and telling, "Oh, this
Yeah,
person is at
good.
your establishment and they have scabies." And she got kicked out of some establishments, which then made her lose her goddamn mind again on live about, why are you ruining my life? I just want to go out and have fun. But you're not supposed to go out. You have scabies. You're supposed to stay inside. Why? Why? So yeah, that's the type of person that she is on live. But how did it all get started? Well, Elphaba Ryan Doherty, like I said, wants to be in Wicked. She wants to play the role of Elphaba on Wicked. So what did she do? She entered into Autism's Got Talent, which is kind of like a Britain's Got Talent equivalent for people on the autism spectrum, which is great. Love that. Except she was never diagnosed. She never had an official diagnosis. She assumes she has it. She thinks she has it. She has it. She's almost sure she has it. But like no doctor has ever confirmed that she has it.
Why do they not do GP checks?
Probably because if she did go to a GP for an autism diagnosis, he would probably look at her and go, "No."
But I mean the program. Like
You would think I don't know how that program thing like how that happened. If she says I don't think in that case they would ask like, "Oh, show us the paperwork," you know?
maybe they should.
Maybe that's I don't know, that's a little sensitive. Also patient, doctor patient confidentiality. You don't have to show them your medical records. So if she tells them I'm autistic, they just have to take her word for it, you know? But also, why would you lie about being autistic to enter a contest?
Yeah.
Because
That's
you
just
want to get
rude.
famous.
That's just rude. You know what the worst part is? She won. She won a cash prize by lying about being autistic and entering a talent show.
On a
Yeah.
completely different note, I have a friend. No, she's not a friend. We studied one course at university
No,
together.
she's not a friend. No.
No. She herself is like the best drama ever. And I bless you. I hope you listen to this podcast, Julia. Her name is also Julia.
Oh
Oh.
no, that's the worst when they have you in the same name
Yes.
as you.
But she has like gone from thing to thing. Anyway, she's very open about stuff on her Facebook, and now she's like, I have finally realized that I am autistic. I am autistic. Has she gone to a doctor? No. Has she gotten any kind of like evaluation? No. Is she telling everyone that she is autistic and also saying that she specializes in like spiritual and mental healing
Oh
for
dear.
the
Oh
autistic?
no. Oh no,
Oh
don't do
yes,
that. Oh no,
yes
don't
she
do
does.
that. Okay,
Because
look.
yeah.
Look.
So like people out here are just wild because
I
autism is the new ADHD.
apparently,
Yes.
but
Because
like
ADHD trended and now as like a thing and now autism is like trending.
I I had a I had a feeling that I might have ADHD, and I'm not gonna lie, I got that off TikTok because a lot of people with ADHD, diagnosed ADHD on TikTok were like this, and that, and I was like, I tick all those boxes. Maybe I could I? And I was like, after a while, it was like 80% sure that I had ADHD. You know what I did? I went to a fucking doctor and I got diagnosed to be sure, right? Because I was like, I could be, I couldn't be. But I wanted to be sure, so I went to a professional and I got diagnosed. And so she was like, "Yeah, ADHD and like slight autism spectrum disorder because I have like some slight autistic traits that might come from the ADHD." But like before that, I wasn't gonna go around and tell everybody, "Oh, I have ADHD," because maybe, but I wasn't sure because I'm not a mental health professional and I can't confirm that. So what did I do? I went to a mental health professional and got them to confirm it for me. But even if I didn't do that, I wouldn't have fucking joined an ADHD's Got Talent competition if I didn't know 100% sure that I had ADHD, That's just it
I just
annoys
have to
me.
say, though, here in America, it's a little bit different. So, like, they try to, it is a little more self diagnosis is valid here because
Oh.
it takes months, like years even, to get a diagnosis, to be able to get and to see a doctor to get a diagnosis. Because, I mean, TikTok did put the tick in my head to look into autism. And then, like, listening to myself edit and stuff, it got in my head more. But it took me almost a year to be able to get into a doctor to get a diagnosis.
Yeah.
So, like, it's a little bit harder here to get diagnoses for stuff. So, like, you guys are in the UK, or like, she's in the UK at least.
She's in the UK.
So, you, like, I don't know how it works there, like, if it's easier to get
I'm
in, but
not
it's
sure because if it goes through the NHS, there might also be very long wait lines because the NHS is very overwhelmed right now. And don't worry, we're gonna get to that. She messed
Oh.
with that too.
but,
Love
So
that
like,
for
maybe it
her.
is different.
it is
Yeah.
harder here, at least in America, to get like a diagnosis. And meanwhile, you're like seeing all this stuff and you're seeing, oh, this is exact stuff that I have. There's like test sites you can go to and stuff that is exactly what people use to diagnose you. And like you can gauge your scores on that based on what, like, the diagnosis criteria versus your score, like you can use that to determine it.
Oh yeah.
At least
Yeah,
that way you
that's
can sort
fair.
of like start working on things for yourself, like reading books about it and stuff. But if you need medication, that's annoying that you have to wait for years.
And it's
Yeah.
like very expensive. I had to pay like it she didn't go through my insurance. And also like here in America they can take rights away
Eh?
if you have a like on paper diagnosis. Like
What is
you can be prevented from adopting. Like if you have money they can like do the Britney Spears thing and like put you in a conservatorship. So because you're autistic, like society like deems you
on
incompetent to, yeah.
oh my god.
So like it's not super a great idea and like you try not to get it on paper, I wanted to
Oh,
know for myself because,
yeah.
like, to figure out how my brain works, but, like, in America, it's not super easy, and it's like, I paid, like, $450, and that was her giving me a discount.
I also paid like $400 to $500 for the whole process of getting diagnosed, but
What?
I got like over half of that back from my insurance.
Oh, no, like, she said that, like, if I go through my insurance, it would be on record now, and then, like, I have to risk, like, if anything ever happens, I that's on paper now.
That's
People can use
insane.
that.
That's a dystopian nightmare.
That
That
is
the
the
government could just go look
wildest
at your
thing I've
medical
ever
records
heard.
and go like, conservatorship for you
No.
because you've got autism. That's insane.
Oh
That
my
that is
god.
terrifying. What the fuck?
Yeah, this is very uncomfortable. You should move here, Jen. Come here.
Yeah, just come to Europe.
I wish I could.
Oh god, no. Ugh.
That then I guess you understand the like finding out online about now I feel like I understand more people on TikTok diagnosing themselves.
But it's also
If
like
it's just for you, yes,
Yeah.
but don't enter fucking talent competitions for
that
people with a specific
Yeah.
diagnosis
yes,
if you don't
that
have
makes
it.
me very uncomfortable that she's just like, well, I don't have official diagnosis, but you know what? Let me take this away from somebody who does.
Cuz
Yeah.
like can you imagine like somebody entering the Special Olympics without a diagnosis? Or like the Paralympics without being in a wheelchair or whatever? That just blows my
just
mind that you would do that.
just me with my bad knee. Like I am like actually I have a
Oh
bad
god,
knee, so
no.
I am fit to be
Yeah.
a Paralympian.
Yeah.
I would lose, but I would still
But
enter.
can you imagine? Wasn't there a South Park episode about that?
I bet there was because they are
That
geniuses.
Cartman entered the Special Olympics
Yes,
pretending
yeah.
he was like
He had Down
that
syndrome,
he
yeah.
yeah, he was pretending to have Down
Oh,
syndrome because he wanted to feel athletically superior or something. South Park made an episode about that.
that
There's
would
a movie though, I think with Johnny Knoxville where he plays a
Of course, there's
special
Johnny
needs
Knoxville.
person. Yeah.
It's
I
terrible.
think
God.
it's Johnny Knoxville.
It's terrible. That is absolutely
I
horrendous.
don't like that for anyone.
No. Oh
Oh
god.
God.
Anywho, so she did that.
Good for
Um,
her.
she then also confessed to lying about it. So yeah, she did lie about it.
Oh, there you
So
go.
yeah,
Oh
so
my God,
first
the
she was
twist.
yeah, she was just pressling her into like herself into different excuses of like, well, my GP said I might have it, and then later it was like, oh well, my interest in Wicked is like a special interest, which is, a sign of autism. So yeah, I might have it. And then it was just like, no, I lied about it. Genuinely.
Oh my God, I love that she owned up to
Genuinely.
lying because this woman that I know, she will
Genuinely.
never,
No.
she won't go to get that doctor's diagnosis if she can
No.
make money. Uh,
Genuinely.
Exactly. Why
That's
would
see,
you?
that's also basically like everything she does on TikTok Live is beg for gifts and just, beg for gifts because that's income for her. But also one of the things that she did was she had gone out clubbing one night and people had wanted to take pictures with her and she'd gotten cash for it. And she had decided like, oh, people want to give me money to take pictures with me. Oh, but not all of them have cash. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get a contactless pay like bank terminal, one of those contactless pay machines, and so they can pay by card. And she did that and she demonstrated it on TikTok Live, going like, I got this little cash machine. Like what I do is I input the amount and then you just tap your card, and she taps her card and it was like she put in £5. And she taps her card and it says card declined, payment declined. So she does all this shit on live. She's like, yeah, but that's how it works.
Oh my.
And this is the same person who is constantly on TikTok Live begging her followers for gifts and then bragging about how she's famous, darling, and how she has so much money off TikTok Live and how she's so famous. And then I think there was also at one point she was asking for donations for, to help her with her transition, which she then promptly spent on a designer handbag.
Oh, oh.
I love her.
So,
What an inspiration.
yeah.
She's
Uh,
literally just like tainting autism, tainting
yep.
the trans
Oh, she
movement.
also pretended to have Tourette's.
That is
Oh.
also my
Yeah.
favorite people.
Yep, she was having, like, tics. She pretended to have Tourette's. She also, and this is what I don't get about people like that who are, like, chronically on live. So she said, like, she was walking through a station and she said that trigger warning, bodily functions. If you don't want to hear this, I'm so sorry. Maybe don't listen.
Put that food down. Don't
Yeah,
don't eat it while you're
trigger
listening.
warning for number 2. She
Skip
was
forward
walking
30
through.
seconds.
Oh, it's gonna be longer. Skip forward a minute. So she was walking through a train station and she was on live because she's always on live no matter where she is, and she's talking about how she's had an IBS flare up and how she's like, oh god, it's like leaking from my ass and it's running down my legs and I've literally got shit running down my legs and blah 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 on live to a couple thousand people. Like, if I were in the unfortunate situation that I shat myself in public, I don't think I'd want anyone to know.
No.
So I don't know where, like, this what the contact in her brain is that made her go like, I have shit running down my legs. I must needs tell the world.
You cut that live and you go home.
Yeah, exactly. Don't talk about it. Like, Jesus. And it was just like, she farts on live streams and everything, and it's gross. And there was this whole thing about her moving out of
Excuse
an old
me.
apartment.
Girls fart too. I just gotta say.
But are you gonna do it on social media though, live while thousands of people are watching?
Not on purpose.
I get it. Sure, normalize bodily functions, but I personally would be ashamed.
Yeah.
I can't do that stuff in public. I don't understand, like, and even if you're in a relationship with someone, you have to be at a certain level of comfort before you can start farting in front of each other, you know?
Yeah.
Sadly, Jon farted the
And
day we got together. I feel
oh
very
wow.
bad for myself.
Oh god.
Now I'm just living in a house of farts.
But like even then
I get it.
you have to be comfortable with this person and like trust this person. I don't understand how you can do that in front of like a whole bunch of strangers. Don't understand it. But anyway, that's another thing. I think wasn't I gonna talk the NHS, right? She had posted a picture of herself of like a sign in a hospital, an A&E, which is the emergency room. And so yeah, that to say that she was in the emergency room, and then people reverse Google imaged that and found that it was a stock photo. So she got called out for lying about going to hospital, which of course made her have to double down and actually go into hospital with a non-existent ailment into a medical system that's already bogged down so much, that's already understaffed and underfunded and suffering. And she just went like, I'm gonna just go to the emergency services for nothing.
No, thank you.
No.
No.
So that's the kind of shit she does, right? She lies and then she needs to do shit to double down. And yeah, it's just she doxed herself.
Oh.
Yeah. She doxed herself and then blamed it on someone else. So what she did was she has two phones because obviously she has to be on a phone while her other phone is recording her live.
Oh, of
And
course.
she was on live and she had ordered food and she showed the delivery update for her food on her live, which showed the address that she was currently staying at on the update, because of course it does.
Oh god.
And but obviously someone had found her address. And now I just want to preface this by saying, don't fucking do this. But someone had seen it, posted it on a Alphaba exposed Discord,
No.
and someone went to her house.
What do you mean? Someone they
Yeah.
have a whole Discord?
Yeah. She is that
Girl.
problematic. She has several like TikTok channels and like TikTok accounts and YouTube channels and like Discords that are like
I
exposing
just saw
her
a
bullshit.
Reddit thread.
Yeah, exactly. So, but don't fucking go to people's houses, okay? This is a disclaimer. Don't fucking do that. If you know where they live, just let them be. Don't ever go to someone's house. That's fucking creepy. Don't do that. But yeah,
Or
someone
SWAT.
someone went to her house and knocked on her door and then tried to like take pictures through the window and stuff. And she tried to blame it on someone who had nothing to do with it, and then later the owner of the Discord came forward and said like, "Yeah, it's one of my mods that did that. This is the guy that did that." But she was blaming it on someone completely different who had nothing to do with it.
Love that for
Yeah.
her.
And she was like, "Yeah, this person doxed me and this person doxed me." No, you doxed yourself. That is something that you did. That's your bullshittery. But yeah, someone did come to her house, which don't do that. I don't approve of.
Uh,
Um but she then got kicked out of said house because apparently she rents a lot of Airbnbs
oh.
or like apartments or rooms or whatever through booking.com, and then apparently is not a great guest, and then she got banned from booking.com because
How
there were too many
foul do
complaints.
you have to be?
Oh, foul. Apparently she moved out of an apartment and her previous landlord posted a picture of like shit that she left behind, and one of the most talked about items that she left behind was a pair of boxers with tire marks in it.
Oh, come on, lady.
Yeah. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Like some old shags, like
Yeah.
boxers.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah.
And also like in England, I feel like that's not uncommon to like leave a bunch of shit behind from what I've like
Yeah,
heard
but
from my
take
friends who lived
take your
in
dirty
London.
underwear with you,
Take your
please.
dirty underwear. Take your dirty one night stands fucking underwear with you.
Sad.
Girl, have some self-respect.
Yeah. But anyway, she's 19 by the way.
Oh,
She's
A
young.
menace on society.
Her mother is equally as insane as she is.
Oh.
Well, I don't want to say insane. Equally as problematic as she is. Um, yeah, she kind of it's weird. Sometimes she encourages it, sometimes she tells her to get off live. Yeah, her mom is weird too, but her mom is sometimes also in her lives, and it's a weird dynamic between the two. I don't but whatever. They're both racist. Have
Yeah.
made some racist remarks. She was on a live kind of like party TikTok, like with two other people where they're like live together, but in like separate locations. But you can like I don't know how it works. I'm not on TikTok. I work for the government. I'm not allowed on TikTok. Um,
I sent you TikToks anyway.
I can access them from my computer, but I can't access them from my phone because I use my phone for work. So,
oh,
anywho, yeah, I'm not allowed. Anywho, she was on this live with him, and one of them was I think he's from South Asian descent, and she called him Apu.
oh,
Yeah.
oh.
Oh.
Yeah. And then she tried to like I said, she tried to pretzel herself into an excuse saying, "Oh no, I just because they had the same mustache. It had nothing to do with the skin color. It was
Oh,
absolutely because they
okay.
had the same he had the same mustache as Apu. That's why I called him Apu." I was like, "Girl."
You know,
Girl.
like every other character that you could have picked.
Yeah.
So
No.
if it's the mustache,
Yeah,
can
and
give
like
me any
pointing
other.
out that someone who shares the same race as this character that they look alike, that's not racist. It's like I'm pretty sure the intention behind it was though. So,
Yeah.
I don't know. It was yeah.
Ugh.
She pulled something well, her mom pulled something similar with the whole pretzel excuse. She was talking about Alex Elmsley, this YouTuber that does a lot of videos on her. He has like a slight mustache and beard, and her mom was saying that he should fucking shave, and he should do what Robin Williams did. Okay, so there so
No.
everybody most people were like, she just told everybody that she thinks that Alex should go fucking unalive himself, which Possible. I wouldn't put it past them. But then they were like, "Oh no, it was because she just wanted him to shave because like there was a movie where Robin Williams had to shave his entire body for Bicentennial Man. He did say that in an interview that had to shave his ass for Bicentennial Man or something like that."
Why is she worried about him shaving his ass?
Yeah.
So she was like, "Oh no, she just wanted him to shave." And like I can sort of see cuz like in Jumanji there's a scene where, you know, he's been in the jungle for 25 years cuz he's been in the jungle since he was a kid and now he comes back as an adult and he has this big bushy beard and he shaves. And he comes out of the bathroom without the beard and like all kinds of like little squares of toilet paper on his face. And they make the remark of like, "What the fuck did you do to your face? Like, you know, you're not supposed to cut yourself all over." And he was like, "Well, nobody ever taught me," which makes sense because, you know, this was like another element of the movie. Maybe she was referencing that. So yeah, that's kind of like a
That's not the
gray.
first thing you think about
No,
when you
No.
not at all.
say you should go and do like Robbie Williams.
Yeah.
I wouldn't like, yeah, I'd totally do the like the voiceover for the genie in Aladdin.
Yeah. It's so that's kind of like again with like the malicious intent that's sometimes behind their remarks. I think it was very much the unaliving part that they were referencing and not
Yeah.
the I like I won't say either or. I'm going to like remain in like the gray on this. Like I'm not sure, but I'm leaning towards I think you meant something a lot more malicious than just he should shave. So
Yeah.
whatever, you know,
Yeah.
wouldn't put it past her.
There's so many other references you could have used in that.
Yeah.
There are
So
other movies where people shave their
where
faces.
people shave. You could have referenced Malcolm in the Middle because one of the things that Bryan Cranston's character has is a hairy back, and his wife regularly needs to shave his back. That's a reference. So there, could have done that. And Bryan Cranston's still alive. So there. I don't know. To just off the top of my head, there are other examples she could have used.
Yeah.
One of the other things she did was throw a fit in a McDonald's at like 4 a.m.
Her mom, or I can't say the
Her
name.
Elphaba.
Elphaba. Okay.
Elphaba. She went clubbing and then she was in a Mackey's having her food.
Yes.
I kind of really want Mackey's now. I might order it
Stop.
tomorrow.
I
But
want
yeah,
Max too.
she was there and she started there were some people who like it's not confirmed whether they were actually like calling her out like okay so maybe they were laughing at her, she thought they were laughing with her, but then it became clear that they were laughing at her, and she went on this huge tirade of like trans rights or human rights. So she was in a McDonald's at 4 a.m. in the morning. They were not like making remarks on how she was trans or anything. I think the remarks were about her being thoroughly wasted.
Mm.
But yeah, she just she just started shouting trans rights or human rights over and over again. She says it was 2 a.m. Some people were like, no, it was 7 a.m. and there were children in that McDonald's.
Jesus.
What
Yeah.
are kids doing at a McDonald's 7 a.m.?
Getting breakfast.
I'm so dumb.
Getting
Never
breakfast.
mind.
But yeah, so she was screaming trans rights or human rights at a McDonald's at like early in the morning.
An icon.
Yeah, and then she tried to like show people on her live because obviously she was live, like show their faces, and they were like, "Don't show my face on live."
That's a crime.
So she's been doxxed a couple times, and then she's been harassed or whatever, or she feels like she's harassed, and then what she does then is she calls the police.
Yes.
On TikTok Live.
Yes.
And she tells the police, so I'm on TikTok Live, right? There's like 1.4K people watching me. I'm famous. I have this many followers.
1.4K?
Yeah.
You gonna brag?
Yeah.
Girl. I mean,
But
I've never had that many people ever.
to
But
the
like,
police.
I mean, waste their fucking time though.
So I should probably also mention there are allegations. These are allegations, right? There is no proof of this. It's just that she was on a video, like a game app for children, and she may have communicated with some minors. There's no proof of this. These are allegations, but there are people who are accusing her of pedophilia. So this was being mentioned in her lives. Again, no proof of this, purely speculation, allegations, right? She called the police and said, there's people accusing me of being a pedophile on TikTok, but I'm not a pedophile. She called the police. It's because I'm famous on TikTok. They're telling everybody that I'm a pedophile, but I'm not a pedophile. Well, I sure hope the police doesn't look into that now that you've, told them that people suspect you of being a pedophile. Because if I was the police and someone called me up and went like, there's people accusing me of being a pedophile, I'd probably be like, I am curious to know what gave them the idea that you were a pedophile.
Yeah.
I might look into this further. So, yeah. But just to go, I'm on live and I have 1.4K people watching me online. It's like, okay, flex. This is something that CLA did as well, Chelsea Lee Art. She's always going on about how famous she is on TikTok, darling. And she also like called the cops. She's like, I'm live on TikTok. I've got 4 million followers. I've got 4K people watching me. I'm live on TikTok now, darling. To the police. And then the last live I saw about CLA was she was live on TikTok and the cops came to her door and arrested her.
Oh,
They arrested her for making racially insensitive remarks online. So she has been
Jeez.
arrested. She's out on bail now, I think. But yeah, she was arrested live on TikTok.
wait, you get arrested for being racist online?
Yes.
Huh.
Hate speech.
What a revolution.
Yes. You want to know the best part? Well, worst part. She was making those racial remarks about her own children who are biracial.
Oh.
Her own sons.
No.
Yeah. And when the cops were at her door, again, this is not Alpha, but this is CLA.
Yeah.
When the cops were at her door, they were like, "Oh, you made some racial remarks online." She was like, "Oh, yeah, no, but that was about my kids. They're biracial. That was about my sons." Like that doesn't.
That's not better.
Any better.
That I feel like that
But
makes it worse.
That's such a
Yeah.
it's that flex of like, I'm not racist. I have black friends,
Yeah.
right?
That is
Or
why.
I'm not homophobic. I have gay friends. That's
But that
very
whole
much that
thing,
flex.
yeah, it's like also white women obsessing over having mixed babies.
Oh yeah.
I don't know
Oh.
what that is about. That's a whole
Yeah.
other box to unpack at some point.
She is also very much a very, very white woman with boxed eye blonde hair. And I need to do more research into this, but she has apparently converted to Islam.
Oh.
So she does call herself a Muslim, and yeah, so if anyone comes at her with that, it's like, but I'm Muslim, so cool.
Are we getting into religion and things now to just be oppressed?
I don't know, honestly. I don't know if it has anything to do with like the father of one of her children or whatever. Like I said, I need to do more research into this, but I wouldn't put it past her. Like woman's weird. But we're not talking about CLA. Well, technically we can talk about CLA because Elphaba had been invited to go and visit CLA at her apartment, and then they got into a row and CLA kicked her out of her apartment at like 2:30 in the morning. Yeah. On live. I'm going to keep saying it on live. Like, I don't even have to keep saying it because you can just assume that it's on live because these people are always live. Elphaba and CLA have both been banned several times from TikTok because they were sleeping during their live streams.
That is not uncommon though.
I
I've
know, but
seen
it's
that.
also not allowed. So she has been banned
Oh,
several
I didn't know
times.
it's not allowed.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
you're not doing anything. You're just sleeping, and what you're doing is you're hogging basically the bandwidth for other people who would want to live stream. Yeah.
Ooh. Okay, I
So
love
you
that about
actually,
them.
yeah. So she has
Go
been banned
off
several times for
TikTok.
that, but like
Love that.
literally just fucking sleeping on sleep. Why? Why would you want anyone to watch you sleep? Is that because Twilight made it look like it was romantic? Because it's not. It's creepy. I don't want
Also, like,
anyone to watch me sleep. The only one
you
who
want
gets to watch
someone
me sleep is my dog and my 2 cats. That's it.
John, unfortunately. When you're like all relaxed and like the jaw is hanging, snoring, farting. Is that what you want? Is that what you want for
See,
people to see?
nobody wants that. Nobody wants that. Dear God.
Ah, this is
I love my
crazy.
mom, but my mom has like she's asthmatic and she has a chronic lung illness, and she like I've been on holiday with her a few times where we've taken like little weekend trips and we shared a room, right? And every time I can't sleep because it's terrifying for me because she'll snore, but then at some point she'll stop breathing.
She got sleep apnea?
I think maybe possibly because she'll be like
Yeah, that's what my partner
and then
does. He's
silence,
got
and then she'll start again, and then every time when she stops breathing, I'm just like on alert, like, oh god. Until she starts again, and like I can't share a room with her when we go anywhere because I can't sleep because I'm constantly listening to when she's gonna start breathing. It's great. Love that. It's just a special type of anxiety. But I don't want anyone to watch me sleep. That is just weird. Why would you want that?
Um, does your partner have a machine, or are you just like constantly worried?
we're trying him, me and his doctor now are trying to make him. He
No.
wouldn't use it for the longest time. He's like, I can't sleep with this on. It's too much. And I'm like, oh my god, don't die in your sleep, please.
Just don't be vain at this point in time, brother. This is not the time.
Well, he's like, it's so heavy, and like I kept getting sinus infections, and I was like, you just gotta clean it out. Like,
Men.
Sinus infections aren't fun though.
yeah,
Before I lost all the weight, my doctor, because I had like this chronic fatigue thing going on, and he also thought that I possibly could have sleep apnea because it was fatty.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Oh yeah, you should do a sleep study in the hospital. They keep you overnight. They hook you up to these machines, and they did see." And I was like, "If you think that I am going to be able to sleep in a hospital bed, hooked up to several machines, with people constantly coming in to check on me and watch me, it's not gonna
No.
happen.
No.
yeah,
It's not
I
gonna
don't get
happen.
sleep studies either. Because it's like, what are you expecting to get out of this?
I don't even sleep well when I'm not in my own bed. Like if we go on holiday or whatever, it takes me like a couple days to get used to being
Yeah.
in a different bed. How do you expect me to sleep in a hot like when I had the surgery and I was in the hospital for like 2 nights, and just the way that you because I sleep on my side and on my front, and all of a sudden I had to sleep on my back.
Yeah,
Couldn't do it.
when I'm
The
sick, I
only
gotta
time
sleep like that.
Yeah, but the only time I was able to sleep in the hospital was when I was hooked up to the pain pump. Because when I started waking up, I could just go, boop, nap time. But then they took the pain pump away, and I was like, well, I'm awake now, so
That seems like abuse to me.
I don't know. I thought it
Well,
was great. I thought it was great.
I
you
mean,
gotta
taking
sleep
it away.
somehow.
Abuse.
It was
Taking it away.
it was
Abuse.
either that or being awake. But yeah, I do agree it was abuse that they took it away. I was like, how the fuck am I supposed to sleep
How
now?
dare they?
Um but yeah, that's Alphabet, and she has claimed. So, like I said, she claimed she had autism. She claimed she had Tourette's. She claimed she had what was the other thing. So she says she has social anxiety, but everywhere she goes, she's on live. If she meets a busker on the streets and they have the Defying Gravity track, she will grab that microphone and sing it to everyone on the street. I have social anxiety.
I would never do that either.
I can't imagine myself doing that. She goes out clubbing. She's constantly on her phone on live, walking through shops and walking down the street, just talking to the live. I I can't imagine. I can't legitimately can't imagine doing that. So, I don't know. I mean, maybe she does have social anxiety. Doesn't look like it to me, but yeah. That's kind of what she's like. She's constantly making things up. She's constantly lying. When she gets called out, she'll try to find an excuse for it. Um, but yeah. But yeah, anyway, that's Alphabet Ryan Doherty. I'm trying to think if I forgot anything. There's so much, honestly. There's so much.
I'm pretty convinced, stalking her on TikTok, that she buys followers.
With what money? Her payment for £5 was declined
To herself.
to herself. So,
I don't know, but like,
the subscription. So you can subscribe to TikTokers, right?
Oh.
Yeah, you
just
can,
same
like
as YouTube.
just like YouTube.
Yeah.
So her subscription fee was, I think, £5, and then she changed it to 50
Ew.
without telling anyone. And then she was like, "Oh, it was an accident, and now I can't change it back until next month.
Wait, so it like
TikTok won't let me."
it withdrew 50
Yeah.
quid instead of 5 for
Mhm.
everyone who was
Can't change it back until next month.
diabolical.
Yeah. Oops.
Diabolical.
Oops. Is there anything else? There's so much. Like, I can definitely recommend Alex Elmsley on YouTube. Jake Baz has also done several videos about her. He's done one with Katie Clism, where they rank all of her scandals. You know, when you have like the A tier, B tier, C tier stuff. So they made a list of all of her scandals and like ranked them. That's a very interesting video to watch. I'm not even going to pretend that my interest in this is out of some like sociological interest. I'm not going to be like, one of those people watchers who are like, it's a social experiment. No, it's not. You like watching a good train wreck like the rest of us. You just see this garbage person doing garbage things in front of so many people, and you go, fascinating. And not because you're interested in what makes them do it. It's a car crash, you're gonna see it, you're gonna look. It's like if you see a car has crashed on the side of the road, you slow down and you look. That's what people do. And that's kind of like the same thing here, because whenever I see another video pop up about her, I'm like, oh boy, what'd she do this time? And I'm not even gonna apologize for it, because I think the only thing that I don't understand is how you could lack the self-awareness to this point where you're like, surely you must know that what you're doing is not okay. Surely you got to know that. And then it's either like, no, they are completely oblivious to what they're doing, or they lack empathy to the point that they just don't care. I first thought it was the first part of it, but the more I watch about her, like the more I see about her, I'm kind of starting to think it's more the latter. Like she doesn't give a shit about anyone but herself. That's the vibe I'm getting, honestly. And she's constantly begging her followers for gifts, more money, and that's all she's about.
Didn't she also say, like, in one of her videos, like, so I'll pay you back?
Yep. Yep. She wanted her followers to like send her money for like to go out, and then she was like, "Oh, I'm getting money tomorrow. I'll pay you back."
Yeah.
To her followers, to strangers on the internet she does not know. Yep. Just the lack of self-awareness sometimes just blows my mind. Maybe that's what fascinates me about it so much, but oh boy. Anyway, that was my essay about Alphabet Ryan Doherty. Maybe for the next TikTok tea session, I will talk about Chelsea Leart, because she's a whole other can of worms, man.
She is a beautiful little scammer.
There's kind
Where
of
do
like
you find these people? Like, I am chronically on TikTok
I just think
all the time.
I think you should praise yourself lucky that the algorithm has not sent them your way.
Oh yeah, that's true. I
Um,
was in the worst place, which was the POV, the sexual POV part of TikTok for a
ooh,
while. It was the worst place.
I'm kind of glad I'm not on TikTok anymore. I'm on Instagram Reels now. And my Instagram Reels are just food.
Nice.
Food and kittens and puppies, that's it. That's my Instagram Reels. And like
Yeah.
Belgian memes, that's it. Kind of
Oh
okay
my
with
god.
that. I don't know,
Nice.
maybe the Instagram algorithm is nicer than the TikTok algorithm because I can't imagine just scrolling around and then seeing Elphaba's face on my timeline talking about she had shit running down her leg.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Sorry about that.
No, I love it and I hate it.
So anyway,
Yeah.
there's kind of like this little triad of like Elphaba, Chelsea Lee Art, and then at the top you have Evil Queen, who I've seen because she's been in drama involving CLA and Elphaba, but I've not seen much more about her. The only thing that I have heard is that she was arrested for benefits fraud in the UK, which was she was getting benefits, like social benefits from the
Mhm.
government, while she technically didn't deserve them.
Oh.
Didn't.
Is it Chelsea something?
Chelsea Lee Art, that's CLA. Yeah.
It says Evil Queen Chelsea. Is that?
Evil Queen and Chelsea Lee Art are two different people,
Oh.
but they do run in the same circle. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Evil Queen Chelsea Harwood.
I
That's
think
also what
that
I'm
might be
getting at.
her full name, Chelsea Harwood. That's Evil Queen, but the other CLA is Chelsea Lee Art, but I think her first name is Leanne.
Oh.
Oh,
So
okay.
Elphaba. Oh yeah, she's doing things.
once we're done with this recording, I'm gonna send you guys so many links. So many links. I might actually see if we can put the link to that
These
Jake Haas.
eyebrows.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Love the eyebrows.
Yeah.
Also like
Also, you, Julia, you need to watch some CLA videos because she talks exactly like you talk with a British accent when we're playing D&D. So her
yeah,
TikTok
thank you.
username is something with roots. It's like roots something, and that's like a catchphrase that she has. So like every like 2 seconds in her TikTok, she'll go like "Roots, darling," and it just reminds me so much of you when you
Oh my
speak your
god.
British accent. It's insane.
Literally never been more. Oh my god, it's her. I've seen her.
Yeah,
Oh my god, it's me.
yeah, and that's how she sounds.
Oh darling.
I'm TikTok famous, darling. That's how she sounds.
She sounds like
Like
she
I'm
has
live on
no-
TikTok. I'm TikTok famous. She has like
She
there's
sounds
this
too posh for her.
yeah, there's like this bingo that you can play to see like how long it takes her within like a conversation to mention that she's famous, that she's on TikTok, and that she has loads of money. She makes 40K a week or like 40K a month or something.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, me too, darling, but in
Yeah.
Swedish money, so it's nothing.
Yeah.
So, in order to get famous, do I just need to become a whole mess
Yeah.
Yes.
and like go on TikTok lives?
Yeah. But then
Yes.
you have to be able to live with the fact that you're a terrible person and that you're begging for money from people on the internet all day all night. Cuz that's
You-
basically what they do.
If Jason Nash can do it,
Ah.
I mean,
Oh god. Is he still around? Can he
I
like,
think
has
so.
David Dobrik come by to see him again just to check if he's still alive? Didn't he do that once?
Yeah, like recently he came by and he's like wearing a crown and he's like, "Hey, just wanted to check on you." Well,
Yeah.
like, why don't you help your friend, buddy?
Yeah. There's a similar guy like that in the UK, Snapshot Eye, Paul Breach.
Oh, I've heard about him.
Yeah, 42, 43 years old, begging from compliments on live from teenage girls.
Disgusting.
Oh
Fucking
yeah. So
disgusting.
once I've
Yeah.
done CLA and Evil Queen, I might do Paul Breach. We
Yeah,
should
let's
make this
talk
one's
some more
series.
shit on men. Let's be honest. Like,
Oh yeah. Oh
you
god,
think-
do you know Bevo?
mm,
Uh-uh.
I'm gonna send you so many things. He eats things without chewing. And
bleh.
he has remodeled his teeth because he had like very prominent front teeth that made him look like a beaver, and he's like embraced that and like he went to Turkey to have them like
No.
yeah. Oh, I'm gonna send you things. I'm gonna send you so many things.
No.
Suffer with me.
My TikTok is just like Korean and Chinese women taking off their makeup.
Oh god,
Oh.
my YouTube algorithm used to be all these like vlogs from Japanese women about how they made their food and like a day in the life, and I'm making my breakfast and I'm making my lunch and I'm making my dinner, and it was so wholesome. And now it's
Look at
Alphabet
you now.
and CLA and Bevo and Paul Breach, and I can't.
I feel
So
so
yeah,
sad. Yeah,
that was it. That was
I
my tea.
I love that tea. I loved it. It was so weird.
It
So
was
weird.
piping hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now that I've pulled you down into this rabbit hole with me, I'm just gonna keep sending you videos
I
on
don't like it here
Alphabet
anymore.
and
I'm gonna
CLA.
block you everywhere.
It's
Uh,
fine. Look, man, you got me into Vanderpump. It's the least you can do.
Jackson Brittany is in a new television show called The Valley.
Yeah, I saw that. And
I'm very excited.
they're also split now, aren't they? Yeah, they're split up now. They're separated. They're not divorced yet, but they're separated. And Brittany basically said that Jax needs to get his shit together if he wants things to work. Like, go to marriage counseling and stuff. And yeah, Jax being Jax, he doesn't want to.
Who would have thought? I'm surprised they lasted this long.
How do I know more about this than you?
I'm kind of tapped out
I mean, it
from the
makes sense.
Vanderpump. Yeah.
Scandival took a lot out of us,
It
I think,
it
yeah.
took a lot, like took the breath out of my lungs, literally sucked
Yeah.
me dry, and now I'm just this like dried up, shriveled little ball in the corner.
I get that. So what you're
Love it
saying is
dead.
we should wait a couple months before we do an episode on Scandival, you and me.
No, definitely we have to, because the tea is so
I
like
know. This is just
Before
like
it
loose.
cools
there's
down.
more and
Yeah.
more coming out because now Rachel is suing Sandoval and Ariana about
Leave
that
her the
leaked
fuck alone.
video. I
Also,
know.
like, don't sue them when they are in the statement putting like Bravo TV as the
Yep.
like the main, I don't
Yep.
know, the people
Instigator, yeah, I
Yes.
don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, sue Sandoval by all means, because he recorded her probably without her consent. So,
Oh, disgusting. He's a grown ass man, and
yeah.
this is a child.
Yeah, she's suing them for revenge porn because the guy she was having an affair with, took a video of a FaceTime call that they had where they were doing explicit things, and that's how his girlfriend of 9 years at the time found out that he was cheating on her because she found that recording.
Oh
And
my
now,
god.
yep, and
Yeah.
now Rachel is suing them for revenge porn because she's like, yeah, they distributed it.
Yeah, because Ariana, the girlfriend who was cheated on,
Sent it from his phone to her phone,
so he couldn't delete it and say and
Yeah,
like gaslight her,
like it
like
didn't
you're just
happen.
crazy.
as he tends to do.
Yeah.
It's a whole thing. She was like living her best life. She's on Dancing with the Stars. She's got a cocktail book. She's Roxy in Chicago on Broadway. She's doing so good.
Oh,
Just
love
leave her
her,
alone.
leave her alone.
Yep.
Apparently, also, this is my sister told me, Katie's dating women now, obviously.
Love that for her.
Yes, but Schwartz and Katie are supposedly, or this is just how they edited it for the trailer for the season, dating the same woman at some point.
Ugh.
Gross.
Oh, that's weird. I don't know. Schwartz is Katie's ex-husband. Because I could see Jen's face going like, huh? Yeah. Katie and Schwartz used to be married. They are now divorced. Now apparently dating the same woman?
I don't know, like, it was just like a snippet.
Or like hooking up with the same woman.
It's
Yeah.
not polycule either. It's just like
don't
a.
think so. No, they are
No.
very much over.
Katie hates him because
Yeah.
he's the fucking worst.
And he never prioritized her in their relationship
Yeah.
ever.
This is just a gossip episode, isn't it?
I
We're just
know.
gossip.
Oh my god. Okay, so when we do an episode on Vanderpump Rules, we're gonna have to invite Jen and just explain everything to her.
Yes, I
Okay.
just want your like your
We're gonna
face
tell
of
you
surprise is like the best.
everything about Vanderpump Rules.
We did watch season 10 with my mom when she was here, so we were all drinking spicy margaritas,
Wow.
watching Vanderpump Rules, and it
Love
was
that.
amazing having my mom scream at the television like, "Just own up to it, you cunt!"
You know, it's occurred to me that I've been talking about Alphabet chronically being on live. That is literally live reality television.
Oh,
It's the
I don't.
drama, it's the shock factor of it, it's just all but it's happening right there, like, it's live happening right now instead of, like, watching it back from so many months ago.
Ooh.
That's, like, the next step of reality TV is just TikTok Live.
Oh yeah.
That is so true.
Blows my mind. It's like, "Oh, I don't know how to feel about that."
That's why Kim's getting in on TikTok lives with her kids. Kim
Oh,
Kardashian.
no, not your kids!
So like she tries to, I think her
Yeah.
daughter went live one time and like she started recording the whole house and Kim was like, "No, shut it down."
Hmm.
But like I think that her kids get on TikTok live sometimes and like show stuff off. I know she'll be on like TikTok live and her kids will be in the background saying stuff.
But like they show their house and like stuff they're not supposed to show, or just they're just bragging,
She
or
did that one time, the North, yeah, the oldest one, she was like going around, or maybe it was the middle one, I don't know.
so many
One of
kids.
the two girls
Yeah.
of Kim's and Kanye's was like going around the house and she's like, "Here's my mom in bed." And she's like, "Shut it off now."
Yeah, because like everything is so curated with the
Mhm.
Kardashians. Like
Yeah.
the whole sex tape thing, literally Chris planned that. She
Yeah.
released it. It was like the devil works hard, but not as hard as Chris Jenner.
Oh god, not as hard as the momagers do, man.
That's a train wreck that I can't look away from. I it's not fair to I guess to say I hate them. I do not like that whole family. I think they're all like gross people, but like I can't look away from like the dumb shit that they do.
Swoop did a really good documentary about that as well. Like the
Yeah.
Ooh,
whole rise of the
fun.
Kardashians and like she did a whole thing on Chris and the momager and how she like pushed her daughters into it and stuff. It's
Yeah,
insane.
because like their whole lives has been like the curated part of their lives, obviously. I think like even though we see drama and shit, it's just things that they allow to be shown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I don't see a world where like Chris Jenner would ever allow them to like show them in a bad light. Like in that way.
Yeah.
Like it can be bad light for like a good time to increase viewership or
And,
whatever.
like even that bit where they went to the grocery store for the first time and like they were like filling their own cart and like she was taking the
Uh,
cart back and Chris was going like, "Good job, honey!" Like that's going to make people angry and they know
yeah.
that.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's the whole rage bait thing that's been a
Mm.
thing on social media as well, like with a lot of TikToks and YouTube things and stuff. It's rage bait because if you get people angry, they will comment, they will respond.
And
People
they
are
will
more
come back
likely to
for
leave
more.
Yeah, and people are more
Yeah.
likely to leave a negative review than they are a positive one because people always want to bitch about something. That's just how we are.
Yeah.
I've started hiding it because I don't want them to get the satisfaction of like any rage bait. I'm like,
I don't
hide.
comment on anything. I don't even read comments anymore. And that's like I've told my dad a million times because he'll read the newspaper on his tablet and then he'll look at the comments and he'll be like, "Oh, idiots, moo." And I was like, "Don't
Oh,
read that.
I
No.
do that. I'll be
Just,
like,
just don't do it."
I'll be like
Tell
sitting
Jen.
there screenshotting people being like assholes, and I'll send it to my friends, and they're like, "Stop reading the
Yes,
comments," and
stop
I'm like,
reading the comments.
"I can't."
Oh, it's nothing good ever comes from reading
Do
the
we need to
comments.
have an intervention for your father and Jen?
Yeah.
It's gotten better for my dad.
Next episode, me and Ava's dad are gonna be like,
Oh god,
"So
no.
we have a problem."
It's actually
Yes!
gotten a lot better for my dad since he started going back to the shooting range. So,
I don't
Well,
know
so
how
I
I
need a
feel about that.
hobby.
Yes.
yeah.
I thought this was your hobby.
Yeah, so he's going back to shooting range, he's going swimming every day, he's doing shit, he's out there. So he doesn't need that mental stimulation anymore cuz he's doing stuff.
Uh,
He can get it from somewhere else now instead of just, rage bait on the internet.
I don't know what you can do, Jen.
Oh,
Maybe start shooting a weapon. Or
I got.
I mean,
are
you're in
you not allowed?
America. It's going to be easier for you to get one there than it is for my dad to get one here because he has to take an
I'm
exam now.
I'm almost exact like I'm like 2 miles away, well, maybe 10 miles away from the South in Kentucky. So like,
Girl, get in that car, drive over there, go shoot some trees or some bottles or some kind of some chickens.
I got I have something to tell you guys off air about what
Oh.
my
Oh.
therapist, I had to fire her
Oh
Oh.
dear.
because of
Okay.
something like that.
Oh dear. Okay. Well, I
Oh.
think that's a good point to end it,
I
I
can
think.
tell you when I can share to everyone when I fired my therapist was when I said I really want to like kill myself because I'm like miserable and I hate it here. And she was like, "But you colored your hair purple. How can you want to die when you have purple
What?
hair?" Slay. Normalize firing your therapist, guys.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
Jesus.
so it's not just an American thing, it's everywhere.
Mhm.
First therapist I went to was a guy, and I told him that I was
No.
very depressed and that I didn't feel good and everything, and he advised me to get my hormones checked.
Uh, I'm sorry, sir. What?
I thought he
Actually,
was gonna
actually
tell
the
you to
first
like
thing
lose weight and be
no, actually the
pretty.
first thing that he asked me while I was there was if I was on my period at that time. And when I said no, I would advise you get your hormone levels checked. There's probably a hormonal imbalance.
My guy, you didn't make it to med school. That's why you were a therapist. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah. And that's when I left that therapist's office and I didn't go back into therapy for years and years and years and years.
Toxic
Um
masculinity.
and then I got a good therapist and she then went like, "Yeah, you're clinically depressed actually. Let me give you some medication for that." And now I'm better.
Yay.
So yeah, exactly. I'm with Julia. Normalize firing your therapist and if they ever, talk to you as a woman about hormonal imbalances, kick him in the
Fire
nuts.
them, murder them. I don't know. I'll help you bury the fucking body.
No, just kick him in the nuts, and if they complain about the pain, go, oh, maybe you should check your testosterone levels.
Yeah. And with that, we say adieu.
Yes, we do. We hope you enjoyed this TikTok tea. If you like it, let us know. We'll probably do some more of these if you like them.
Yes.
And
I am very excited to listen to the Who the Fuck Did I Marry? Because I just listened to it like
oh, I'm
a.
so excited! I can't
Yeah.
wait for that. I followed half of it because one of the YouTubers I follow, Marky, did a whole thing about it. I can't wait to get an update out of that because oof, that's some
Slay,
poppin' hot
Jen.
tea.
Yes.
All right. Well, considering this is a bonus, I also don't have to do an outro.
Because
So
you
we're
already
just
know where we're at.
yeah.
Yes. You're here.
So we're just gonna say bye. Hope you have a nice
Yeah.
day.
Bye.
Drink water, take care of yourself. See you next time.
Yes. Fire your therapist.
Bye, your
Bye.
therapist. Bye.